so now it's jelly on my toes.
Oh, that's gross.
I just stepped on a jelly thing. Get it,
That's
Terry.
like a common theme this week for you, Mike, is just stepping some shit.
Stepping in shit.
Shit.
Welcome to $2 Steak, a pro wrestling podcast. Not necessarily a pro wrestling podcast. It's a podcast with wrestling in it. I am your host, Aaron Varnam. Joining me today, as always, Big Mike.
Yes, sir.
Tolbert.
Whoop, whoop.
And I'd like to pour one out. This
Pour one out for our homie, for our fallen homie.
is going to be a eulogy for one cookie. He was a good friend. He was a good co-host on this podcast.
You know, he only recently moved, and he's just not going to get to experience Denver like he wanted to.
He got to go to Denver. He was doing great. He was being very successful. And then one fateful July morning, he decided to go to Las Vegas. And we will never hear from him again. He passed away in Las Vegas. It's sad. Cookie, we loved you, brother.
Yeah, he will be missed.
You will be missed. We'll remember you. I will remember you. Dun, 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 dun. Will you remember, Cookie? What's up, guys? Tolbert, what have you done this week?
Man, working like always. Did some barbecuing yesterday. The Cape Fear Rugby youth squad had a little sevens tournament yesterday. So we had teams from Raleigh and Clayton, families, it was people from all over, and cooked some pork butts, some barbecue chicken, did all kinds of shit, man. Damn near had a heat stroke barbecuing. You came out and visited for a little while.
Yeah, I came out at the peak heat of the day.
Yeah,
it was very hot out there, and I do not know how you were able to survive.
Yeah, running a cinder block pit with a full open pit.
Tolbert, how did you discreetly smoke your marijuana?
Oh, I did not. This was a youth function, sir.
He went behind the trailer. I saw him doing multiple times.
No. There's the only smoke I consumed yesterday afternoon was oak smoke and a little bit of charcoal.
I saw him and one other member who a bald man, a little older, older man in our club. Walk behind the storage unit.
You got to do a safety inspection.
And came back looking a lot more relaxed.
Us older guys, we got to stay relaxed. We got to keep it safe.
I got to see a 16-year-old break his nose yesterday.
Yeah, I saw another kid break his leg break. Had a leg break.
When was that?
That was towards the beginning. We had some blood. You had some good action for a high school rugby. Is
nothing like watching children get it.
Yeah, the hits are big and good breakaways. The passing, the tech rugby is not there, but it's fun to watch.
Much like Conor McGregor last evening.
So how was the fight?
The first round was great.
Everybody was saying that Conor was getting his ass beat. I thought it was pretty fair.
He was.
By the end, yeah, but also he broke his leg.
People think that he broke he cracked his ankle very early on in the fight. That's what they're thinking.
They're idiots. He showed no signs of limping, wincing, or anything like that.
That's what I think.
If you crack your ankle, even if it's just the fibula and it's a non-weight bearing bone, it's an ankle stabilizer. Like, you're gonna fucking know it if you're barefoot fighting. Yeah. So if you crack it, like, you'll show at least a hint of like wincing or like non-weight bearing. I watched the slow-mo a bunch on everything that they were talking about. I'm like, no, he broke it when he rolled it. So
it was a nasty roll. We got to see Greg Hardy, a confirmed woman beater.
Love watching that man get his ass beat.
His soul left his body by a New Zealander who then shoot the boot afterwards, and it was a fun experience watching that at UFC last night.
Was that the karate
I think
guy?
You would have enjoyed it.
Yeah, was that the guy that skilled like master his karate, like mastery?
No, that was the guy that I love. He ended up losing in the semi-main event because the guy kept wanting to wrestle with him and would take him down and just hold him there for the rest of the round. And Wonder Boy didn't get to do much. It was disappointing.
I don't watch any of the fights, but that's one I really think I would have enjoyed it too. I was thinking about it at work, and people were talking about it, and the bar kind of cleared out like a little before midnight, and knew everyone was going to watch the fight.
It ended up being a fun fight, but other than that, Tolbert, did you have to work last night?
Yes, it did. I went to bed about 4:30 this morning. So I barbecued all day, and then I came home, took a few hour nap, got a few hours of sleep, and then went straight to work, man. But downtown's been crazy. Lots of people on vacation. And when people are on vacation, they don't give a fuck about where they are or what they're doing.
And they ask you the dumbest questions too.
Yeah. But it's been crazy. Your sister-in-law, I watched her take 2 shots of straight Jameson last night. They met a friend, and I've never seen Julie shoot straight whiskey before.
That's badass.
And so that was interesting.
So you got that going for you, which is nice. Big Mike, what did you do this week?
Just like Tolbert, grinded it out, worked a little bit. Had to work Saturday. Saturdays at the hospital can be hit or miss. Yesterday was kind of just a good steady day, nothing too crazy. Much like Tolbert, ran into a couple vacationers who struggled a little bit, and I watched one lady from New Jersey try to buy a bottle of water with $100 bill at the cafeteria of the hospital, and the poor guy behind the register is just like, ma'am, I can't do this.
Do you have a credit card or something that we could do? Like, smaller bills?
You're on vacation. You weren't planning on coming to the hospital to visit somebody, but like, come on.
Yeah.
There's delightful water fountains all around the hospital. There's not. Did they shut them down?
This is not water fountains. That's a very water fountains like the dirtiest thing.
Really?
In the play in anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. I have used them my entire
life.
Most
of them have transferred to the bottle fill stations. Come on, Aaron.
I'm sorry, guys. I guess that's why Planet Fitness now has those instead of water fountains.
You guys want to hear? Sorry, Aaron. You guys want to hear a quick out-of-towner story?
Yes.
Happened to me. I just remembered it. So, standing outside of the bar, working an afternoon shift, just got off having my shift beer. This haggard couple, comes walking up to the front of the bar, asking some friends of mine for a smoke. Where they're at, they're like, "Hey, man, we're from out of town. This is downtown Wilmington." They're like, "We're in Carolina Beach, man, and I can't find my car. Where are we, man?" And started naming landmarks in Carolina Beach. We're like, "Bro, you're a long way from Carolina Beach." Apparently they had gotten arrested in Carolina Beach, had just gotten out of jail downtown.
Oh my God.
And we're looking for their car, and we're hammered drunk.
So they got released.
How did they get released?
On their own recognizance.
I don't know, man, but it was interesting, man.
They were probably like trying to like doing crazy shit in like the holding cell, and the police were just like, "Fuck it, just go."
How do you get arrested in Carolina Beach? That's like,
that's easy.
Is it? Is it? I've done stupid stuff on Carolina Beach and didn't get arrested.
To me, it's wild that they arrested him in Carolina Beach and brought him all the way to Wilmington.
Wow, that's the only jails.
Yeah, well, they were looking for their car in downtown Wilmington. Was a.
Or were they going to drive like God, fucking tourists?
Where were they from? Do you know?
Oh, God knows where. I don't know.
Ohio?
Somewhere not as urban as us.
Okay. Yow. Yow. Where's my car? It's like, Dude, Where's My Car? The sequel, but a lot less funny and more tragic, I think. Anyways, boys, this week, what did I do? We got to spend time with Terry, got to watch UFC. Interesting week. I'm back in school, and it is not that cool. It sucks. I've only got 2 more classes after this one, so a total of 14, 15, 16, like 16, 17 weeks of school left in my entire adult career, hopefully.
I tell all my adult friends that are in school, you don't have to worry about school as much if you just don't do it.
I can't help it. I have to do it. I'd like to do it. I'd like to be.
Wait, Tolbert says that didn't he have to repeat a grade?
No, I never repeated a grade. Well, no comment. But I had to do a victory lap in 10th grade for half a semester. But,
that victory lap was good. You had the flag. You did a backflip off of winner's circle over there, and did a burnout because you were 18 years old in 10th grade. And
No, I graduated at 17, sir.
there you go. Okay. All right.
With my graduating class.
Well, good. Yeah, Terry got to meet a bunch of children today. We've had interactions. Terry has been scarred for life by children poking and prodding at him all day. Terry has been good all week. I fed him twice this morning, and he was completely fine with it. Jasmine fed him first thing in the morning. I didn't realize it. I then come in an hour later, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to feed you, little bud. He ate it and was like, what's up? And then Jasmine's like, did you just feed him? I'm like, yeah, he needed to eat this morning. I already fed him at 8 o'clock this morning. Oh, okay. Terry.
He's one of us, man.
He just kept eating with his cute little tail.
Growing little cat, man. He's
a growing boy is what he is. This week on $2 Steak, a pro wrestling podcast, we're talking about John Cena. And John Cena's thing is you can't see me. Right? And that is his
I feel like that is his shtick.
It is his mantra, if you will. John Cena's in the upcoming Suicide Squad film that's coming out. He was in Fast and Furious 9. Apparently, crazy shit happened. He may be coming back for SummerSlam this year. I don't know. John Cena is in the cultural zeitgeist right now. It is a thing. He's becoming the new Rock. It's exciting. I love John Cena. 15 years ago, I hated John Cena. But tastes evolve. I feel that John Cena was one of the last great personalities for WWE that would sell tickets, put butts in seats.
I would say, yeah. I mean, since I've been watching, I mean, maybe Roman Reigns is getting there now, but like in terms of like actuals, when they call everybody superstars, right? But like John Cena was the last superstar that people outside of wrestling knew of, heard of, and kind of like you knew. Like I didn't follow wrestling, but I knew who the fuck John Cena was.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy from Massachusetts. He's got the square jaw. He's got the perfect body, and he can throw people off his shoulders. He is the big boy of WWE and the guy that's on the cover of every magazine, every Wheaties box. John Cena is it. Yes, Tolbert.
No, I'm listening.
Oh, thank you, Tolbert. Do you have any? Welcome to the podcast. Any thoughts about John Cena?
Oh, like you said, I used to hate him, man, just because I don't know he was so popular and clean cut.
Right.
He did the salute. No, I got nothing against the troops, but it's just
he's in the Marine.
I didn't like him, man. And then when we revisit these matches, like in my match, we're like, holy shit! Even like, so I have a short, dumb little skit as usual, but even in that moment, like his moves are crisp, clean.
He's great.
Looks awesome, man. Nothing that he does looks forced or he rarely botches, just always clean and good.
It's funny. I listened to the Jim Cornette podcast, right? And we try not to be as negative about professional wrestling as Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette is notorious for being just a curmudgeon old man. But I respect his views. And he was saying a lot of the times guys now try to do matches that are at a difficulty of 10 with an execution of around 5. They're sloppy. There's botches. When he was training wrestlers in the early 90s all the way up through OVW, Jim Cornette wanted people, and he was a part of the training for John Cena, wanted them to have a difficulty of 5, 6, 7 maybe with an execution of 10. And it's one of those things where you got to be consistent. You got to make it look good. John Cena is one of those guys. He's not going to have a 16-star Tokyo Dome classic with 50,000 flips. He's not Ricochet. He's going to be a guy that goes in there, makes it believable, gets his stuff in, makes it look good, and gets out. So John Cena, we're talking about him today. His mantra, I was saying it earlier, you can't see me. The gimmick of today's episode, I didn't watch either of these matches.
Are you serious? So just to give you guys an idea, I see a text in the group chat this morning saying the rundown for this week is weaker than McGregor's ankles.
Yeah, it's
I looked
bad.
at the rundown and there was none. So
I couldn't help it. Last night I got into the UFC stuff this
Just
morning.
like John Cena, I couldn't see that
I
rundown.
couldn't see my matches.
Nobody could see it. This morning I woke up and I'm like, shit, I got to pick something. I'm like, John Cena. We'll do a John Cena episode this week.
So yeah, we all watched these matches about 30 minutes ago.
30 minutes. Y'all watched them. I have not watched anything. I have not watched anything. I had friends come over who Tolbert threw up in their front yard. So this is good friends we've known forever.
Yeah.
And
All I can say is the podcast is hitting one of those downfalls
again,
and
it's all because of Cookie.
It's Chase's fault.
It's Chase's fault. Chase took him out to the
Fucking mountains.
the mountains, and now Cookie is gone from the podcast. R.I.P. Cookie. I will say one thing, Tolbert. We were having Terry play with John and Mary's children this morning. So Mia and Enzo got to play with Terry. And as soon as they were leaving, they were packing up their minivan, right? They're getting in the minivan, and another shift of children come to meet Terry this morning. So we've got Enzo and Mia leaving, getting in the minivan. Another minivan pulls up. It is a minivan fest in my yard. And then the two sets of parents have a minivan dick measuring contest in the yard, talking about the different kinds of minivan,
the ins and outs of the Toyota versus the Dodge versus our Honda.
Oh.
and
I will say they did respect the fact that our minivan is fucking top notch.
and you guys have a vacuum in it. They were very excited about the
We
vacuum.
didn't even get to the TV or anything like that. Yeah,
Well, they've got a TV in
Okay.
theirs. They've
All
got a TV in their Toyota,
but no vacuum.
but no vacuum.
So-
And they were very
So I
disappointed.
think I'll have to go with the Dodge, and they do make. I've seen it. They do have a supercharged Dodge minivan.
That's what both of the y'all were talking both about. The Dodge.
I used to have a Dodge minivan when I was in college.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh God, he's about to step on our cat. Make sure he doesn't break the kitten's arms, please. Anyways, back to John Cena. I haven't watched either match. You guys are going to have to fill me in on all the important details of this episode of $2 Steak. Let's talk about some wrestling. All right, for our first matchup of the evening, it is a United States Championship Open Challenge. We have got John Cena against Big E Langston, a favorite of $2 Steak.
To be fair, yes, John Cena in the middle of the ring talking about Open Championship. Apparently, he had just defeated Xavier Woods. Actually, he didn't defeat him. There was a DQ finish on the previous Raw, and so John Cena's down there. He said, open challenge, let's go." And he, doing his John Cena thing, throwing his shirt, all that sort of stuff. Dolph Ziggler's music hits, and all right, here we go, Dolph Ziggler, whatever, and but then nothing happens, right? And then we get heel New Day, dragging
Early New Day.
the heel New Day, which
Right, so they were very early.
Yeah,
it's very on in their career.
they're dragging Dolph Ziggler out, and Ziggler's just dead body. I will say, Ziggler, good worker, not my favorite person, but he's good hand, right? So they drag him out there. Xavier's got his trombone. Kofi and Xavier talking up. This is a big title in a big moment in a big city in a big arena with a big crowd. Well, Ziggler's can't do anything. He's worthless. So what do they need? They need a big challenger. Big E it is. Hype them up. Let me tell you, I wish I could have seen heel New Day in their prime because I love New Day.
It was fun.
I love New Day. They're you could just tell their chemistry and everything about them. It's just meshes.
It's interesting. WWE just released like a top 50
Tag teams of all time.
And they put New Day at number one, which
to be fair, they're going to put over their current
roster.
But you can't it's hard to argue with, right? Between the merch, the seats, the titles, the work rate, everything about New Day fucking works.
Did they have FTR in there at all?
No, I don't think so.
Not in the top 50.
I don't think they did.
That's an interesting call.
I didn't click on the link.
I will say that is an interesting call, considering that they have held every major championship except for the Impact Championship at this point.
Yeah.
But who's counting, right?
I mean, what are we talking here?
God.
So Big E versus John Cena. What do we love around here? Big men bumping meat. All right. So like Aaron said earlier, John Cena's not going to give you the flashiest thing, but it's going to be good. It's going to be a match, which
He's
I
going to
like.
put on a show.
It's that OVW trained thing that harkens back to the 90s and the 80s and the 70s of how you wrestled. And Big E, like literally is the guy. I would love to see Big E going against Roman Reigns.
Right.
Like we need that to happen.
Yeah, I believe it will soon.
Especially because like these boys can talk. New Day, just everything about them clicks. So they're working. And it's what you expect. It's two giants fighting in the ring. Big E yeets John Cena in a belly to belly suplex, and you're just like John Cena is not a small man. He's a little shorter, but he is not he probably weighs 265 pounds. At least.
He's a big boy.
And Big E just freaking tosses it.
I think John Cena was a offensive lineman, a center for a college in D3 school. So he is not small.
And Big E played at Iowa.
Correct.
So it's big guys doing big guy things. At one point, we do get a little tope from Big E.
Okay.
It wasn't over the top rope, middle rope tope, and takes out Cena on the outside of the ring. He tosses Cena into the steps again. It's Cena's going to give you a good show. Who do we see on the corner in the crowd but a lady taking video, but she looks just like that guy from the Nasty Boys. The blonde one, the blonde one. She's got this blonde mullet, and she is sitting front and center in the corner of the crowd.
Okay.
And I'm just like, is that? Oh no, that's a lady.
That's one of the Nasty Boys.
Mind you, this is in Massachusetts, so the crowd is very anti New Day, very much pro John Cena.
Pro John Cena.
And so you're getting John Cena chants and all this sort of stuff. And eventually, it's classic heel New Day. It's heel tag team, right? So what's going to happen? Xavier and Kofi get tossed out, and we get a good classic referee toss out where it's like the Major League Baseball umpire where it's like, you're out of here. And so then they're complaining. Xavier had left his trombone. He goes to grab the trombone. Then referee takes it. Cena hits Big E with the finisher. 1, 2, 3. Cena wins. And then it devolves. New Day jumps in, starts beating up Cena. Dolph Ziggler comes out to help Cena.
Is his face Dolph Ziggler?
I think so.
Okay.
So
that's an interesting
hear me out,
caveat.
right? So Dolph Ziggler comes out to help Cena. They're battling. It's 2-on-3, and then Kofi ducks. And what happens? Ziggler hits Cena, super kicks him right in the face. So Cena's out. All right. So now New Day's beating up on Ziggler again. And then who comes out? The fucking Dudley Boys.
What?
Yes.
What?
I don't know why.
Why did this all happen?
I have no idea.
I was watching at this point. And I don't remember any of this.
So the Dudley Boys come out, and then they're trying to help, but Cena's out, right? Like so they're trying to even the numbers. Ziggler's beat up. They'd go for a 3D on Woods, but the New Day counter it, and then they start beating up the Dudley Boys. Not Devon. What's the other one?
Bubba Ray.
Bubba Ray eats 2 Troubles in Paradise. He's out. And then they beat up on Bubba Ray. And that's the end of it.
That's absolutely insane.
Couple highlights just in general. Obviously, Big E is just gold. He's been gold for a long time. Cena, same thing. Like I said, he's the last pure superstar. Like even Roman Reigns isn't even on that level yet.
Not yet.
He's on the way there. But people outside of wrestling don't know who Roman Reigns is.
Right. Roman was in what, like the Hobbs and Shaw movie, and then maybe eventually he'll do some more crossover work.
Even that, it wasn't even he was had a couple parts. But
right.
Cena's on another level. And I think they can get there, and that's where WWE and professional wrestling in general needs somebody, whether it's through AEW or WWE. Somebody like Becky Lynch was getting close,
Yeah.
But they need somebody to kind of like create that buzz again, because right now it's very much Raw's numbers are garbage at this point. SmackDown does okay because it's on network TV, but if they want to start getting those lapsed fans back, you need a superstar, like a freaking superstar, rocket ship kind of guy. Another prop, John Cena, the 5-knuckle shuffle masturbation joke. How is that allowed on WWE TV?
I've never thought about it as a masturbation joke.
You've never.
No, I never thought it. No, that is the first
you just
time
thought
I've
of
heard
it like
yeah.
some guy shuffling and punching.
5-knuckle. I get it now. That's something special. Well, his finisher used to be called the FU.
Yeah, well, I knew that, and then they changed it. But yeah, think about that, boys.
All right, we will think about that. Do you have any hits or shits this week?
Hits or shits? Nah. My life's pretty freaking good. I'm done. I've been done with school for 2 months. I got so much free time. I'm in the gym again. I'm feeling good.
I've got a hit.
Okay.
Tolbert and I both have started our journey this week. A very good show on Netflix has come back. It is called I Think You Should Leave. It is a sketch comedy show. It's one of the funniest shows if you're into weird humor. My girlfriend hates it.
My wife hates it. Everyone I talk to besides Aaron hates it.
What is it called?
It's called I Think You Should Leave. And it's got I don't know how to describe it. It's the most like it's something special. The guy's funny.
Awkward.
I'll show you a skit.
Send me a text about it.
Before you leave, I'm going to make you watch one skit with me. It's called what is it called? The TV
Coffin drop.
No, we're not going to. Don't give it away. What's the name? It's not Acorn TV or something like that. But it is a very funny show. It's interesting. It's something different. So the guy who came up with the show, Tim Robbins, I believe, wrote for Saturday Night Live. They kicked him off because he was too weird for Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
So he started the sketch comedy show. He was on another show, and this is it. So there you go.
I will say we are up to 153 followers on Instagram.
That's good.
At number
We
two
were at
Dodge
155, but we lost a couple.
and we are at 320 on Twitter.
Do you know what I will say? Terry the Tailus on Instagram. Now up to 117. Boys, you guys are getting chased down by a cute little kitten on Instagram.
Everybody loves cats. Not everybody loves professionals.
Way more than they like wrestling.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And Terry is a cute one, especially a cute one.
I will say one of my favorite tweets this week I sent last night. In case you don't watch AEW, Malachi Black showed up unannounced, unexpected, very much a very shocking debut. And this man just black masked Arn Anderson, kick to the face.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up.
Wrestlers of all time. And I tweeted out that I haven't slept for days thinking about the sinister and outright disrespect Malachi Black showed Arn Anderson. And it's just, I'm still like so distraught and upset that somebody would do that to such a historical figure
Arn
in
Anderson.
professional wrestling.
I know. The toughest man. One of the most badass wrestlers of all time.
He ate that thing on the. People were saying that he didn't connect. There's a photo. He connected.
He connected.
But yes, I'm glad Mr. Black is back on the TV. As you know,
yeah, Tolbert, I think, should be excited that his boy is back.
I'm curious to see if they somehow bring the entrance back.
Yeah, of him being pulled up, that would be badass.
In some way, it might not be that. Maybe they'll lower him down.
Yeah,
like an anti-Cody, where Cody comes up out of the thing. Maybe they'll bring him back.
I was also stoked because we might get to see him live in a couple of weeks. Hopefully,
you're right. I didn't even think about that, Tolbert. You get to see him live.
Yeah. So Stinger and Alistair or excuse me, Malachi.
FKA. Tolbert's gonna be crying the whole time. It's still real to me, damn it.
It's still real to me, damn it. Depends on how many mushroom gummies I eat.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Tolbert, no. All right, for the high spot, to be honest, TBH, I forgot who is in Tolbert's match. I think it is John Cena against Carlito.
Yes.
Carlito.
Very skinny Carlito.
Yep,
Early,
Carlito.
what year was this, Tolbert? 2006?
Yeah, this is SmackDown with the big fist. So like,
it's badass time, yeah.
Yeah.
Long jean short John Cena.
Ooh.
Yep. Yeah. With the it's not Calvin Klein, but a Calvin Klein-esque
Undies.
Underwear waistband sticking out, and yeah, this is peak. Every time I turn on to wrestling, it was like, fuck this guy. But like I said, we now love him. But yes, this is leading up to WrestleMania 21. There's your timeline right there.
Oh, yeah, okay. So I do know what time it is. I think that was WrestleMania goes to Hollywood, perhaps.
Yeah. So the storyline is JBL is the current champ, and for some reason, Cena cannot lay a hand on him, or he loses his title shot. So that's your storyline. He cannot.
Long set that stipulation.
Yeah, he can't touch him. So he's starting off with Carlito. Carlito is scared shitless. He's pulling the ref. He's hiding behind the ref, doing some just stupid heel shit. And Cena goes to town on him, man. After he chases him around the ring a little bit, man. You don't see any finishers, but you see a good jaw jacker-esque shoulder, man. You see a couple flying moves, throws Carlito around a little bit. And just as he starts to get the upper hand, JBL intervenes. And he comes out, and apparently Cena did something to his limousine. I don't know what he did to his limo, but he fucked up his limousine. And that's why he has the restraining order, all this. But he is pissed. He interrupts the match, and he's got like 7 cops with him. Cops. they look like.
So this was probably before John Cena was thanking people for their service. This was like when John Cena had the street cred, and he probably did not like his authority.
Coming out of Thugonomics or whatever, because he doesn't come out full like rapper mode. It's just I think this is right in between. This is starting to make that turn, but apparently he's been fooling around. He's still. You can take a boy out the hood, you can't take the hood out of the boy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of hood in Massachusetts.
Yeah. So I guess he messed up his limo. He's pissed about it, man. He comes out in his full suit and cowboy hat, his belt over his shoulder, and it looks like they went to the food court and got a bunch of security guards and said, "Hey guys, you want to make $50?" Like, come on. And he's on the mic. He's saying, "Man, I've got a warrant for your arrest. You're going down. You don't mess with my limo." The cops charge Cena. It takes like 7 of them to get him down. He could have easily shooken him off, but I think, he's just like, I'm going to wait it out and see what happens. But they arrest him and they get him out. You got a little back and forth between him and JBL about the same shit. And then you get a nut shot right from JBL. Straight to Cena, right in the nuts, man, leaving him in a heap in the middle of the ramp. Yeah, the crowd didn't really buy it. You got a bunch of shitty looking cops. It was quick, and I was like a little confused. I was like, all right, cool. So I guess I'll have to watch some matches, see what he actually did to his limo. I don't think he went full stone cold with the cement mixer.
No.
But yeah.
I don't think he did either. I barely remember this, but.
Yeah, I wasn't really watching too much at this time. I was getting laid.
I was doing both.
Yeah. You can do both. But anyway, quick little match. I guess this led up to a title match against the 2 in WrestleMania 21. I take it Cena won and got his push.
Speaking of pushes, I'm going to take a big push once everybody leaves this house. Give me your HighKu for the evening.
Aaron must shit. No. Oh, let's see. Carlito is a bitch. Never liked him. JBL. 6 the mall cops. Don't touch the limo.
Hey, man, beverage here. All right. We've heard it. I would like to, we're going to give one ceremonial call.
Phone call to old Cookie.
We're going to try it. We're going to see if maybe we can
summon the dead, awake the dead
one more time.
What time is it over there? So it's like 10, right?
No. We thought that he had answered.
It felt like a long pause.
It felt like a long pause. No, I don't think Cookie's going to answer. Still dead.
Anyone have Chase's number? Let's call him.
I don't have Chase's number. I'm going to feel really bad if Cookie actually,
died in Vegas.
Yeah.
Hey, all I know is he commented at 8:00 our time. He commented in the wrestling chat. So that's like 5 a.m. there. So you know he stayed up all night.
Well, and you know, Vegas last night was the home of that UFC pay-per-view. So he probably partied it up with Conor McGregor in a leg cast last night.
Yeah, I doubt.
Cookie's like,
Just imagine them in the ED just sitting there. But hey, man, what are you in here for? What the fuck you think I'm in here for? Cookie's like, I don't know.
he probably was. He was so drunk. He's hanging out with a guy that was like slightly Irish, and he's like, "It's Conor. It's Conor McGregor. I met him." The guy's like, shrugging.
Where are your crutches?
I saw you break your ankle. All right. Anyways, thank you for listening to $2 Steak, a pro wrestling podcast. Hopefully next week we'll have everybody back. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. It's up in the air. We did not know that Cookie was going to Vegas this week until like last minute. Thanks, Cookie. All right, thank you, and talk to you next week.